Oh, yeah. That's a nice one. Boy, bobbers, you know, they're like the thing. They're the thing everyone should be using a lot more of, not just in dirty water, but in shallow central Minnesota clear water. Oh my God, there's so many fish on the underwater camera, Matt. Oh my God, look at all the crappies. Look at the crappies. I am literally reeling in what has to be a walleye, and our screen is just lit up with walleye, bass, and crappie on the underwater camera. That's why it's nice to have that going. Holy buckets, man. Welcome to this episode of Nicole Stone Outdoors, and today we're just doing we're just bobber fishing for walleyes. We're going to be fishing on one of our favorite central Minnesota bodies of water, really clear, generally more of an evening walleye bite. So we've been out here around since 4 o'clock. And yeah, we're going to put the beat down on some really nice walleye in ultra clear water using bobbers. And we're also using leeches. We do have crawlers along, but leeches are a great go-to this time of year, whether you're running spinners or using bobbers. So let's do it. Light rod, so fun for fighting fish. Not sure if this is a pike or if this is a Walter. We're gonna find out. Been seeing lots of walleye on the underwater camera. Threw a bobber line out. We're gonna see what we got here. He's got some feistiness to him. Oh, it's a real nice Walter. Saw the shimmer for a second. Oh, bobber getting it done. All right, look at that. Seen them all night on the underwater camera and got one on the bobber. You gotta love bobber fishing. Bobber and leech, that's all you need out there. It's real finesse. They do the work for you. So we're just gonna get this hook out and put it right back in. There it goes. Woohoo! We're gonna talk about this bobber setup, the 3 things we're using right now, but we're gonna talk about the bobber setup and then we'll throw it back out and see if we get another one. So I've got just a simple bobber setup here using a leech, very, very popular thing to use late spring and into summer. I have 10-pound fluorocarbon leader, a drop shot to make sure we get this down, and then right above the barrel swivel, I have a bobber on braid. Very, very simple setup. All you need is to put the fluoro leader on a barrel swivel. Make sure you add a little bit of weight to make sure you get your hook and leech down, and then you want a bobber right on top. My bobber stop we're fishing in 15 plus feet of water today, so like my bobber stop has been variable up on the braid. Yeah, and it's incredibly simple. Bobber stop, bobber, barrel swivel, fluorocarbon leader, weight, leech, in that order, and you're ready to go. So we're just gonna cast this back out and see what we catch. Yep, there she is. Boy, this is the ticket. There's more fish down there on down imaging. We're actually sitting about 15 feet. This one doesn't feel as good as the other one. Nope, this might be a pike. Ones like that oftentimes are pike. We'll find out shortly. Very, very light rod here. This rod could pass as a crappie rod. Oh, it looks like we got a really nice Walter. I was like, for sure it's a pike. Boy, gotta love this. Got him. All right. So what is actually working is we are really sitting on a point out here, and we were kind of more off the deep side of it earlier today when the sun was a little bit higher up, and now that it's gotten a little bit later in the day, it's clouding over. These fish have really started shifting more shallower, which is what you would expect this time of night. And we weren't really seeing a lot of luck anymore with more aggressive strategies like the jigging wrap, so we've just been implementing the bobbers. And so far, it's been a great bite. Can't complain. Very easy strategy that delivers fantastic results. So it's really fun using the underwater camera, especially when we're marking stuff on sonar and side imaging, and then the underwater camera comes through and kind of verifies what it is. More than once it's been a pike, so always nice to see what you're exactly looking at. It's not always what you think it is. Even when they're stacked, we found a couple different pikes stacked, so very, very nice to use an underwater camera. I'm using the Markham Quest. Really it's my go-to ice fishing camera, but it's great on the boat too. People who don't use underwater cameras in their boat are crazy, because it's a great way to, in Clearwater lakes, to really see the structure, what you're dealing with for weeds, and what you're dealing with for fish. It's fantastic. So I highly recommend playing around with any of your underwater cameras that you would use in ice fishing for open water too. So here's a quick tutorial on how we are setting our depth. Really, really nice. Like if you had a depth checker with you, you know, those little, you know, lead depth checkers that you get during ice season, that's ideal. We don't have one with us, but we have something close enough. What we're doing is we're just sticking our forceps on just above, and we're gonna drop this down and use it as a depth checker. We're gonna go all the way down. There's my bobber stop. That's gonna go down. So we're really, really close right now, which is a good thing. So what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna reel down to the water, and I'm gonna bring it up. I'm just gonna bring it in the boat quick, and then I'm gonna reset my bobber stop. You know, don't drop your rod in the water. It's not good. So then all I would do, this is pretty much on the spot, is I'm gonna take the bobber stop and I'm gonna put about 1 foot to 2 feet off. That's been a pretty good spot for us. So I'm just gonna adjust this just a little bit. Obviously up if you want to go a little deeper or shallower towards the bobber. And this is gonna be a really good spot. Keep us off the bottom a few feet, and we're gonna take off the forceps and we're ready to go. Oh, yeah, that's a nice one. Boy, bobbers, you know, they're like the thing. They're the thing everyone should be using a lot more of, not just in dirty water, but in shallow central Minnesota clear water. Oh my God, there's so many fish on the underwater camera, Matt. Oh my God, look at all the crappies. Look at the crappies. I am literally reeling in what has to be a walleye, and our screen is just lit up with walleye, bass, and crappie on the underwater camera. That's why it's nice to have that going. Holy buckets, man. Oh, it's a nice one. Wrist. This setup will work fabulous for crappie too. It's a little heavy than you would maybe traditionally set up with like 6 pound line or less, maybe a little bit more of an ultralight rod, but it can get the job done. So that fish scared me. So that's like the benefit of it, is you're not just targeting walleye, but you can target crappie here at the same time, and we got those fish in the same area right now. So one more reason why you'll want to use this. I bet the leech is gone. We had the bobber. This one went down, and pretty sure we had a walleye on there for a minute, and so I'm just going to check it. Obviously, whenever you guys see your bobbers going down, one of the best things you can do is then, you know, reel it in and make sure you still have your bait on. So. But these VMC bobbers are amazing. They don't even turn on until they hit the water. So if you're like me and you forget that things are on, you don't have to worry anymore. It's the best.